Okay, well,
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast this evening. We have some very special guests. I hope you're ready. And like this very friendly opening here from NPR. Hi, guys.
hmm.
And so, first up for our special guest tonight, we have Ree here. How's it going?
Hello, my name is Rika's Why Not? I do mixed gaming content on YouTube. Feel free to check me out.
Nice. Then we have Sal. Or Sir
Yeah.
Cal, sorry.
What's up, everybody? I collect antique bubble wrap.
Nice. Then we have, Prim Time here.
Yo, what's up, guys? Listen, you just need to know a couple things. Greatest of all time, and I do a little bit of YouTube on the side too.
Oh, nice. And then we got Vangelina Scaffa joining us, a newcomer here. How you doing tonight?
Hi, I am good. I'm Evangelina Skov. I do sort of a variety channel, so some gaming streams and stuff about aliens and UFOs, since I am an alien myself.
Nice. And then again, we have the king, the moon in the king of the moon and the stars, the champion of the people, Tan Superman, the show Primetime.
Yo, what's up, guys? Yeah, like you said, those are all my titles. I got a lot more, but we'll save them for some future podcasts. Don't even worry about it.
Oh my god.
Great. All right.
All right. So tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about just our favorite moments of last year in gaming. So if you guys do have any moments, put them in the chat. Let us know what they are. Kind of join in. And if this is anything like last time, we're probably not going to be on that topic for too much longer. So it's all fair game. So we'll start off with Ree. What was your favorite moment of last year in gaming?
Honestly, I can't even remember most of last year. I can barely remember what came out. I remember Man of Medan coming out and everyone was complaining because it wasn't anything like Until Dawn for some reason. But I still enjoyed the game. I think that's the only game I actually remember coming out last year, to be honest. I don't remember much.
Yeah.
Well, what was your favorite gaming moment on your channel then?
Favorite game channel. Uh, what did I do on my channel? Honestly, I'm not sure because I think last year was quite a bit of a downer, seeing as so many Flash games were closing down because it's being killed this year. But I think it was really nice to revisit a lot of games, and honestly, it's been interesting seeing how, because obviously I like quite a lot of old games and new games. It's been interesting seeing how things have changed and what people actually are still watching. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I've been enjoying playing Roblox. That's about it.
What about you, sir?
Well, I don't ever play any of the actual new games that come out. Like I'm always playing games like I don't know Minecraft or just some of the games I have. I don't really buy new games. So I really last year I only I only played Minecraft last year. Like the entire year. It's really sad looking back on it now because I spent almost my entire year playing Minecraft. But yeah, I guess I just gotta say, they've been doing a lot of updates recently, which is it's good for the game, especially with the whole comeback of Minecraft last year. So yeah, probably just Minecraft.
Yeah, even IGP has been doing some Minecraft videos because I like watching, his little videos and stuff like that he does of gameplay, and he's been doing ones with like adding Cthulhu characters and stuff like that to the game, and it looks pretty awesome. Makes me almost want to play.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. That was amazing.
What have you been doing, Primetime?
All right, look, so you guys know usually I'm pretty, I'm saying pretty chill, but I'm gonna get pretty wholesome on you guys right now. So, my favorite moment of 2019 was actually really early in the year, and Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. So the reason why this is special to me is because my parents kind of did a fake out when I was younger with the first game. They were like, "Yo, listen, we're not gonna get you any more games. Like, don't even ask." And they ended up buying me a PlayStation and Kingdom Hearts. So I'll never forget that. And kind of growing up with that stuff, it was big for me. It was big for me when a new one came out, like all these years later. like I'm like an adult now, and it was really cool. I really enjoyed the game, and I've been playing it a ton.
Nice. I really enjoyed Kingdom Hearts 3 as well. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time, and I'm glad that they actually closed out the story. And it did leave some loose ends. I'd like to see what kind of DLC they kind of put with it, but it'd be nice. It's nice all the way around to just get something that's like 20 years in the making or whatnot for it here. So it's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
good.
been a long time.
What about you, Evangelina?
I actually have a couple of answers for this. Can I give you two?
As many
Yeah.
as
Because I
you
can't
want.
pick this one. Okay, well, first off, most importantly to me, to kind of agree with Cal, was the resurgence of Minecraft. Because I know most people have played that in their childhoods, but I'd never played it before. And I wouldn't have considered playing it if it hadn't gotten popular again this year. And now it's like the only game I really play on my channel, and I've just kind of fallen in love with it. So that was definitely my highlight. But the other one is Untitled Goose Game coming out because it was just
that
one
was
of
amazing.
the first times. Yeah, it was so good. It was just one of the first times like everybody actually kind of agreed on something for a while, and we weren't all arguing about dumb stuff and loot packs or loot crates, whatever. I can't think of
And
words today.
I really
But
liked that streamer who made himself into the goose, and then like he could move around with like a blanket, and then had a beak to actually quack with, and moved around with his
Oh
feet and
yeah,
Oh
I
my
saw that.
god.
everything.
what was his name actually? That was amazing. I don't
Uh,
remember it.
I I have the article in the news article spot in the Discord on it because I talked about it because I thought it was amazing as well. Let me go back. But besides that, what disasters did you guys like of last year? Like Fallout 76 or Anthem?
Oh my god.
Okay, I
Probably
actually really liked
Fallout.
Fallout 76. I liked it. I had fun
That was
playing
the
it.
biggest disaster.
There
with
were
you.
a lot of glitches, but I had a lot of fun playing it.
That's blasphemy.
I don't know.
I
I thought the Fallout 76 was just funny. It was funny that it messed up so much. So I can't really hate on that. So I guess yeah, favorite disaster because it was hilarious to watch.
Yeah. It was really, really bad. Like I think that's the most I've ever seen a gaming company called out for what they were doing. Like that was like drama channel level type of stuff that was going on. That was insane.
Right, and it's funny that like Anthem in and of itself just kind of went into the background, even though it didn't really. I don't feel like that was a good win for EA as far as that goes. But yeah, Fallout 76, I did like it. Like when it first started, it was kind of fun, but at the same time, it got really boring fast. I felt like because it just didn't have enough there, like a regular kind of Fallout game to it.
Yeah, that's what it was for
Wait,
me, because I had a lot of fun while I played it, but it got kind of stale quickly.
Yeah.
did those people who ordered that, because obviously I didn't follow it too much because I never actually bought the game in the end, but the package, the limited edition kind of thing that was going on with the bag and the specials, did that ever actually get fully sorted? Did anybody actually get refunded or replaced?
Not yet, no. Not from what I heard. It's still going on from some of the videos I've
Oh,
watched earlier this week. Yeah, people are still getting their
that
stuff
is so
stolen.
bad.
I did post a link in the chat. I found that news article of the streamer who created a wearable goose suit. If you guys do want to go check that out. So, go ahead. And I think it's Rudism. It was the name of the guy.
Rudism, yeah. Voice
I'm not sure if I
activated
actually ever
honking.
even knew it. Oh,
Oh, hey, RoboKitty. Yeah,
this is
Fallout 76 was not good.
No, isn't that, I might be completely thinking of the wrong thing, but isn't that the same, that was where they also sent YouTubers and streamers PR packages with the exclusive stuff that the other people who bought the exclusive stuff wouldn't get because they weren't showing it on camera. Like, wasn't it something to do with like the material of the bag or something and the quality of it? And it was like totally different.
Oh yeah, that was they didn't. It wasn't just the streamers. It was just the limited edition collector's bundle that they had. In when they first came out, they sent out nylon bags instead of the canvas bags that they were supposed to. So they kind of like it went
Yeah.
from like a $30 to $50 value to down to like a $5 to $10 value for it. So it's kind of false
Yeah,
advertising.
wasn't it only the people who were showing it on camera that got the canvas ones
No,
as
nobody
well?
got the canvas ones. They had to redo the order because there was a canvas shortage, was the answer that they gave.
No way.
Yeah.
A canvas shortage.
Wait,
Sounds about right, I suppose.
there was
Always a
definitely
shortage of canvas.
someone. I remember a streamer that was I think she was female. She got a canvas one, and I think she like returned it or something, or said that she wasn't supporting the company because she said she thought it was like sleazy or something. Can't remember.
Huh. Well, maybe she did. Yeah, I didn't hear that. But you know.
I might be wrong. That might be something else I'm thinking of as well, but I just remember something about a bag being something about being sleazy and product not being as described, and that certain people were getting certain products and certain people weren't, and they thought it was very dishonest. I remember something about that.
Well, they also had the what was it? The Nuka-Cola whiskey that they also were giving out. That was pretty much just like a plastic shell covering a whiskey bottle, and they were selling it for like $70 or something ridiculous like that. So.
Wow.
I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, that was Fallout
that's crazy,
76. Yeah,
Is
they.
it just
Doesn't sound
me,
good.
or did Fallout 76 have way too much advertising they could actually budget for? Like,
Oh,
that
yeah.
budget should have really gone on the game.
Yeah.
Maybe making a new engine.
Well, I guess at this point they just thought, we've already had successful games in the same series. People are going to buy it anyway. Let's just market it, get more customers, get as much profit as possible. That was the end of it.
Oh yeah.
I think they
absolutely
seriously
right.
damaged their name though with it, which is awful.
Yeah, like I'm probably not going to buy any, Bethesda games for a while now. I'll wait until the reviews come out just to see how a game is before I pre-order it from them. Just because
Yeah.
I don't want to get a game like Fallout 76 again and be burnt, because I have that game and you couldn't return it once you downloaded the game, so you couldn't get your money back for it.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah,
Like
bro.
I don't
That's
I
big
don't
facts.
usually pre-order games, but I think my ex-flatmate pre-ordered, I think it was Mario Deluxe, but I cannot actually remember.
I have a pre-order in for Cyberpunk 2077, so I already got that in. I got the physical copy
Very
for
exciting.
PC.
I haven't ever pre-ordered anything in my life. I've thought about doing it for games before, but my theory is always like, I don't trust the company, so I want to see what everybody's saying first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
that
was
makes
gonna
sense.
be pre-ordering Let's Go because I was getting the Pikachu and Eevee Switch, but I didn't, and I ended up getting it late in, I think it was February, the start of the year, instead. But I wish I pre-ordered it because honestly, that Switch is amazing, and honestly, Let's Go is actually really good.
Yeah, I like that game. A nice little remake of Pokemon Yellow for everything. And then, we had Pokemon Sword and Shield last year too, and I thoroughly enjoyed the game. Even though I felt like it was a super short Pokemon game compared to the rest of them, it still, filled in a lot of time, and they're going to be adding expansion passes rather than making a third, generation copy of the game. So
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
wait.
Honestly, I think they did really well with that game because I don't know, just because I didn't actually hear a lot of people talk about, was it Sun and Moon or something like that?
Yeah.
Pretty sure that was when it came out a couple years ago, back when I was still in school, and barely anybody played it. But I have all my friends, they've all played Sword and Shield, and it seems to be getting the most attention. I think they've done a really good job because obviously since the Switch came out, there's been a lot of redesigning with the Pokemon games, and it's been very hit and miss, but I think people are actually starting to really enjoy the way they're starting to make the games now. which is good because I feel like a lot of games are very similar.
Right. Yeah, no. And this is I think the second best selling Pokemon game of all time, so it's done really well.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
What's the
impressive.
best
Oh my
selling?
god.
I
What's the
want to
first? What's the
say let me
Probably
see
one of them
here.
classics.
Pokemon Go?
I'm gonna look that up.
No.
I'm looking it up right now too.
Pokemon
Listen,
game.
we can get right back on Pokemon, but look, I feel like I need to give a little shout out for my people. So look, guys, this has been a problem with sports games for a really long time. It's basically just all focused on like it's kind of like that loot box system. You know what I mean? It's basically like you're building like your own little fantasy team, but you're pouring so much money into these games, and it's like you basically hit a paywall if you want to be good at the game right away. And you got these people just dropping all this money into the game, and that's given a lot of companies a bad name, like 2K, and we already know about EA.
Oh
So it's
yeah,
like,
EA.
as much as I love football, man, I love me some Madden. Don't get me wrong, but it's just I can't put the time and energy into it as much as I used to. I just can't do it.
And that's
So
a lot of those kind of games are going that way though, and I don't think it's gonna stop anytime soon.
No,
It's
no,
a
because they
really
know you're
easy
gonna
way
buy it.
to make money. Yeah.
Yeah, they know you're gonna buy it. They're just gonna do a roster update, just get the new guys in there, fix a couple of things, and that's it. But all those games really need an overhaul.
Yeah, I think there was actually this was specific to mobile games, but there was a South Park episode about this where they had
Yeah, the whole Canada episode. I remember that.
yeah, it was
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
Just saying like most people don't spend any money, but they're trying to tap into those few people who are going to spend everything.
Yep,
And I think that's how it
exactly.
actually is.
Exactly.
yeah, because you always hear those stories about people. Oh, my child spent $7,000 in EA.
Yeah,
So it's like, how the fuck did you spend $7,000 last year on just loot boxes?
loot boxes, pack openings. You know what I mean? Like it's like you have to spend money if you want to be competitive in the game at all. It's crazy.
And then you're not even getting that much in earnings back if you go to like a tournament or something and win. So
Oh yeah, there's no way, dude. Those
Yeah.
games, yeah, they're not as big as some like Fortnite or Apex. Like it's not even close.
yeah, it's not like that 15-year-old kid who beat everybody else and won $1 million at Fortnite.
Yeah, dude, my boy
Yeah.
Beast.
Like you,
I think he deserved that though.
That's
But-
that's king moves, bro. Big king moves.
yeah, and it's hilarious because his parents all his life were like, "Oh my God, you can't be playing video games; it's gonna rot your brains out." And then, bam, mom, I bought you a
$1
house with
million.
video games.
Times are changing, baby. Times are changing.
No, you can call me a cheapskate, but I never put money into games for that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like I'm so against it just because it's so annoying and they do it so aggressively that I'm just like, no, I'm not spending this money, even if I wanted to. It's out of principle at this point. But I could see why you would want to.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's quite addictive.
That's-
It's like going to a casino and putting your nickel
It
in
is
the slot
exactly
machine over
like
and over
that, bro.
again.
Yeah, I was about to say that. It's like gambling. It's just an addiction, and you get hooked on the feeling of like getting something new, getting this new player or that new item, whatever it is, and it doesn't do anything. It's just a cosmetic. Like you know what I mean? It's crazy, but people all over it.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
I
that's
totally
as
agree
well
with that.
something that kind of. Sorry, go ahead, Ree.
No, you go. I was just saying I agree.
No, I was just gonna say I think that's something that it hasn't. It doesn't look like it's going to change, but definitely the shift of how people see these kind of like pay to play kind of things has changed since 2019. People are kind of getting more and more against it and more active
Yeah.
about it.
100%. I agree.
I know in the Netherlands there's this huge thing that parents have all banned their kids from spending any money on games. Like as a collective, they've all said we're not doing this because
Wow.
a couple of kids have spent so much money. So I think it's all about kind of having a community stance on it, which is getting better. I think at least last year
Yeah.
it was.
Can we like talk about the fact that the FTC is like targeted like these massive social medias and that, but they haven't targeted these really bad mobile games that are getting kids to spend money without even knowing it because kids don't understand advertisements, especially when it's linked to their parents' bank account. And I don't know if you heard about this, but there was a situation that happened a couple of years ago now. I think it was in the UK, but I'm not sure, where I think it was a 6-year-old had like spent like £1,000 or something on a game without knowing, and the parents had to take it to court because obviously they had no idea. But I don't think anything was actually done in terms of advertisements on games and actually make them legitimately safe. Like they were running on kids' games as well and things like that.
Well,
And they were personalized ads as well.
that's where COPPA is going to like take over there, especially in the United States. And that's why they came down hard with $170 million lawsuit against YouTube for all their targeted advertisement towards children. So that is somewhat getting better. I don't know if there's anything going on in like other countries. I just know that in the United States they seem to be wanting to start doing something towards targeted ads towards kids. They just haven't done anything towards video games yet, it seems like.
I think they just don't really understand it, like how these games work. So if they don't understand how the games work, they don't know how to fix the problems.
That's the thing, is that a lot of the people, I don't know
What's
if this
up,
is true or not,
Psychotic
what I read
Banana?
when people were going off about, what I read when people were going off about COPPA is that the people who are writing these laws don't even understand technology. Or like what is
it's a huge
actually,
problem.
and people were saying, I think it was when that, it kind of became a little bit of a meme for a while, when the guy was talking about the whole thing that happened and what was going to happen with YouTube. People were calling him out saying he clearly had no idea what YouTube was and had no idea what was actually going on the internet, and they were just like, firing false shots basically.
Yo, Psycho B, what up, bro?
This might be getting a little bit off topic, but for these games specifically for YouTube, I don't know, but for the games, there obviously needs to be regulations brought in, but that's going to take time. And I think until then, parents need to take a bit more responsibility. Like, how does your 6-year-old have access to your money to spend that much money on a game? But again, it does need to be, there do need to be regulations. Children shouldn't have these advertisements targeted at them, specifically at them.
Yeah.
It's
like
not okay.
My son's tablet is locked down, so like he has to come and ask me to put in my Google password in order to even get to buy something. So if everybody did that, then we wouldn't have a problem with any of this, and then it wouldn't rest solely on the parents. But there are a lot of video games that don't offer that kind of parental control, so it's kind of hard for them to do anything about it.
Nah, that's big facts. That's big facts, no burner.
Man. Sorry. But yeah.
Nice weather.
I know. So did is anybody into RPGs at all?
Really used to be, like, quite heavily, and then I don't know what happened. I just kind of fell out of love with them at some point. Maybe I just didn't want to invest so much of my time into them because they really are time consuming.
Yeah, I agree.
They've always fascinated me, but I never actually got into them.
That's why I love The Outer Worlds, though, because it isn't as time consuming, but gives you the great mechanics of like a great RPG. And if more game companies made games like that, where they could actually, just tell a full story and get a good 30-40 hours into it, that would be a lot better. Because then we had other games like the Jedi The Fallen Order come out last year that also didn't have any microtransactions or cosmetics in it, and it was one of the best-selling games, I feel like, of last year.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Yeah, I really do enjoy watching these kinds of games. I don't actually like playing them for myself, if that makes sense.
Help.
What just
Tried
happened?
to steal my earphone.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, did the pussy try to get you?
Oh. She literally grabbed like the mic on my earphone and yanked it out.
You need to get a hold of your cats. Mine are just sleeping, both of them, like little angels,
wants
until they wake
attention.
up.
I locked my
Oh my
dogs out of
God.
the room. I said goodbye to
Evan
you.
asked if that was a cat. Yes, it was. Oh
Psycho Banana parents, what are those? These don't exist nowadays. YouTube's our babysitter. Yeah, pretty much. YouTube is
Basically,
it's
we
the
gotta
best
babysit
babysitter in
everyone.
my house.
no. Can I ask
You know
like,
what,
a
I
serious
always-
question?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. On you go, Evangelina?
I was just gonna say, I'm one of those people that say if I ever have kids, like I'm gonna be so strict, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. But I know for a fact that
Yeah.
if I had a kid, they'd be sat in front of the TV watching YouTube or something while I'm like, I just need to sleep for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and the thing with that is like it's okay to let them watch that stuff for a little bit. You just gotta make other activities for them to do outside of that, and then you're fine.
Yeah. Get them
Yeah,
into sports, you know.
exactly.
Make sure they're good athletes.
Well, that too.
Parenting is completely made up, I feel like. Like there's not a whole lot going into it. You just love your kids, do whatever they want that makes them happy, and you're good. Within reason.
Well,
Right.
actually, to tie that into gaming, my parents were great in that I started playing games on the computer at age 3, and
Oh,
that got me to where I
nice.
am now. So I started with Barney Under the Sea. It was a great time, and progressed from there.
See, I
Nice.
started at 5 with Zelda on the original NES. That was my first game.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Yeah, that wasn't mine, but I think mine were pretty cool too.
No,
Oh,
I love
man.
Barney. I would sing that shit all the time, so it's fine.
Nice, dude.
I was singing it the other day. For some reason, it was in my head. Maybe I had a premonition of this podcast.
What is
probably.
it? I love you, you love me.
You love me.
That's
haven't
all I
heard anything
remember.
about Barney in years.
That's it.
You guys are fun.
Oh, with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you.
Yeah, that's the one.
Is that how
It's
it goes?
perfect.
Is that how
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Why
I
don't you
don't-
say you
I don't
love me?
remember.
That's it.
Oh, man.
No, that's it. That's perfect. That's the song.
Hey,
Yeah,
we made
that's
it
pretty good.
longer than last time before we started talking about other stuff, so this is good.
No, that's pretty good, though. That's pretty good.
It's
I
a
have a
Good
serious
can
25 minutes.
serious question.
All right,
Kind of.
get serious.
Right. So you see the whole Copa deal that's going on.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I think there was a solid way that could have completely fixed it, and I understand why YouTube didn't take it, but does anyone think that what YouTube has actually done is really protecting kids?
Oh no, it's
not.
just protecting
It's not
them.
at all.
Right.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, the kids are just gonna make accounts saying that they're over the age anyway, so I don't even know what the point of any of this is.
and yet creators still have to suffer. Here's the thing, is that YouTube could have like completely fixed this by making YouTube that you have to sign in, but that's gonna massively F them over. Because here's the thing, if they did that, then the parents who made the account have to say if that child gets personalized ads or not. And things like that. I just think it's just so
Well,
Hey,
it's
when
so
are
I have
they
a bit
even
of
gonna
the
start
data
either?
collected
So
from people who
I,
don't have accounts
don't-
is so vague.
I don't want to cut you guys off. I'm sorry, but Feebles said something cool in the chat. He said we need an
Yeah.
RGB Barney cover song now. So
Oh, for
Okay.
sure.
Yes.
That.
Absolutely. I'll play the kazoo in the background. I got you covered.
I've got a violin here somewhere.
Yo,
Somewhere.
T, you got a pretty good voice, right, bro? I think you can do it.
yeah, I guess so.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Dude, you silky smooth like Barry White, bro. You got it.
I'll just sing. So yeah, I'll sing it like it's baby making music, and then we'll just
Ooh,
make it
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
Yes.
Then the next time I'm having
Seduce
sweet
'em.
love with my lady, I can be like, oh yeah, let me turn
Oh,
on the
yeah.
Barney
Get a
cover
little
song I
steamy, bro.
made.
Get a
Absolutely.
little steamy, bro.
Somebody beatbox though, because we need a beat. I can't, so I'm not volunteering.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
RGB,
doing
we're
that.
looking at
Could
you.
have sworn you could. Damn. All right. Well, that's negative points for you.
Well,
Psychotic Banana. He was playing GTA 5 at year 3.
Oh damn,
Really?
dude. Oh wow. Okay.
Who? Wait, who?
You started out early, bro.
Banana in the
No,
chat.
Wow.
but, like, I can't remember how old I was, but I was playing San Andreas. And it was
Oh, I
great.
remember.
And I was far too young to be playing it, but I didn't care. That
Oh,
and
but it's so
Bully.
fun when you're a kid. I remember I was 5 and my babysitter showed me it with her brother, and I was like, "This is great. I have no idea what I'm doing." She showed me how to like beat somebody up and then wait for the ambulance so you could beat up the ambulance driver. I remember
Wow,
that.
that's great. That's
And
great.
that's why you're so violent today.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's why it's so messed up in the head now.
I must
Yeah,
have been about
that's why I'm-
5 when San Andreas actually came out, I think.
I didn't hear.
Yeah.
You were 5, is that what you said?
Sorry, yeah, my internet's gonna be absolutely garbage. I think I was about 5 when San Andreas came out.
Oh man, I would have been like, I think I was a freshman in high school, so I was 14 when San Andreas came out.
We just do the math.
After that, I remember playing Bully, which I think came out later on.
Yeah. I can't wait for the remasters of
last week,
those.
so I can't tell you guys. anything. I can't remember anything.
Keep like saying that Bully 2 is gonna happen, and like Rockstar's been like teasing it, and then it's not. Like, what is happening? Are we getting one or are we not? And if we are, it best be good.
Well, I think they're working on GTA 6 right now, and they're going to get that out before too long, because that's something that's been rumored heavily over the past like few months. And then Bully 2 is going to be something that might come out after it. So hopefully we get both.
I mean, hot take, but I think they should stop remastering games, to be honest, and just make new ones. That's my opinion.
Boiling hot, V.
I
boiling
think the only remaster I've actually liked was the Kingdom Hearts one and the Spyro one.
Oof, yo, V,
Spyro
I'm
was
sweating off that comment,
dope.
yo. I'm sweating off that comment.
Like, the way they did Spyro was actually
Here's my opinion on that, is that we need remakes of some of the games, because some of them are classics and they are getting lost to history because they're not being allowed to be put into the actual museum for video games and stuff. So it's kind of the only way that we can play some of those older games. Now, they do need to work on more of their original content and put out less remakes, I think, but there should be some.
Yeah, because
And
the
also,
film industry's doing the exact same thing. They're all just making remakes. It's like no one has any new ideas.
but what it does, a good thing about that is it introduces, the games we played to a new generation. So there's that.
That's true. That's a good point.
That is a very good argument, actually. I might have to change my opinions.
Ooh, I think we did something smart here.
Whoa, V's having a breakthrough. I like it.
I'm not one to what's the word? Pretend I'm not wrong when I am. So
I mean, but you're not though. Don't worry about it.
I apologize for my terrible opinions.
For your outbursts, don't let it happen again.
Oh man.
I will. I'm just gonna back into the corner, afraid now.
Yeah, eat a Snickers bar. You got it. Don't worry about it.
Do you think they're remaking any more of the Spyro games? Because to be honest, I really want to see, is it Year of the Dragon or was it the other one? I can't remember. Maybe it was Enter the Dragonfly or something like that. It was one of my favorites, and I really want to see it get remade.
I don't think so.
I really want them to. It'd be great.
Yeah.
I think they
That's a game I actually want to see
the
remade.
Nintendo Simpsons game. That's what I think.
I need that in my life. They need Nintendo. If you're listening, which probably not, go ahead and put that on the SNES online service, please.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's the thing. I feel like there's some games that have aged really
Nintendo.
well. That if they made a remake, because there was speculation about Simpsons Hit and Run for a while that I think finally died down. I don't think it's happening. I don't think they're gonna make a Hit and Run remake. That'd be very odd. But like, I think if they tried to, I feel like it would get a lot of backlash because it's such a highly spoken about game.
But correct me
Just
if
in
I'm
my
wrong,
opinion.
you can still play the PS2 Hit and Run on a
Yeah,
PS4, right?
Can you? What?
I don't
Somebody
know.
fact check that.
I don't
or-
know. Some PS2 games you can play on the PS3. Only some, like my Little Big Planet one does, but my the one I bought for my PS2, or was it a little bit? I can't remember. But like my Sims games don't. Like my Sims 2 pets, nope. So
Well, that
I
is-
think
yeah.
some 3 games you can play on the 4, but I don't know if you can play some 2 games on the 4.
I feel
Actually
like
just go and
This
test that
article
out
says
right
you
now.
can now play PS2 games on your PS4, and
bet.
I think Hit and Run was actually mentioned.
see, I remember
You-
hearing something
You
about
You
it.
can download them,
Yeah.
but I don't think it works via disc. I don't think it's disc compatible. I think it's only download compatible if you buy it off the store.
Okay, that would make more sense.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
it's only downloadable. But here I posted
course.
that article in the
Makes
chat
sense.
for everybody to look at if you'd like.
Yeah,
Mm.
I take a look.
Yeah, well, in that case, then they wouldn't need to remake it because it's already a fucking masterpiece. Like, leave that alone.
Yes, I agree.
It's beautiful.
And that's the double-edged sword right there. Because look, when you remake something, of course it's a bit of a cash grab. Like we all know that. But I mean,
Yeah.
I think some of the people working on these actual games, like I use Madden for an example. Like these people are very, very passionate, and they put in like the most amount of work and time that they can into these projects. But at the end of the day, it's a business, so they have a deadline. So as much work and as much as they want to fix, it's like, hey, listen, like your job is on the line if you do not finish this game by this date. And so we
Yeah.
get these sometimes these less than stellar remakes and product, and then all the criticism and backlash. And like I said, it's not everybody, that's bad or that like wants to make bad games, but unfortunately, you guys know how business is.
Like,
Well,
I
the other
remember
problem
a
is, like-
lot- Oh, sorry.
No, I think me and you just keep talking over each other specifically.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, well, you guys are.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone else.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
that's
both just
now.
want to speak.
Well, it's because
just don't
the
shut
men
up.
are respectful and the ladies don't seem to be. Oh,
Yeah,
take that hot
Absolutely.
take.
Got him.
That's
Well-
Got 'em.
Got him.
Yeah.
That's
Well, that's
a
gender
that's a
equality
hot-
there,
that's like a
so-
boy
Roasted and
hot take.
toasted.
Take that
No,
one all the way to the bank.
Oh my god, dude.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
offended now. No, I was just going to say the other problem with like these kind of things is that like with bigger companies and AAA companies, it's
Mhm.
not one person who's just like pursuing a passion project or even a small group of
Correct.
people. It's every job is very compartmentalized. So there's no way for you to really care that much about the grand scheme of things. You're just doing your little bit of work
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
So it can, even if communication is just off by a little bit, it's all a mess.
Mm.
That's a good point, V.
Very
Like,
good
I
point.
remember when the Crash game was coming out, how everybody was complaining about it because
Mhm.
I feel like I might be wrong, but at the time a lot of remakes weren't really coming out at that point, and I think that might be the biggest one that was coming out by that time, and a lot of people complained about it, like how they were complaining because people wouldn't stop remaking movies as well. But then when it actually came out, like a couple of weeks later, actually like a lot of people's opinions of it changed and realized it was actually a really good remake. And I have to agree.
Yeah, I think it turned out really well as well. Oh yeah, I'm just
Females
reading
ever
Psychotic
shut up
Vampire.
great spelling.
I
Maybe he meant a comma.
well, if you've ever had a girlfriend banana, then you know the answer to that. So moving on.
Yeah, we're not going to get in a gender war here.
Yeah.
Whoa now, whoa.
Gender war.
Let's settle down a little bit. Let's settle down a little bit.
It's a quick way to lose
I'm just so
subscribers, I think.
confused.
Before we get too distracted here,
Yeah.
Primetime, did you have some special words for somebody?
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, I do. I just want to take like
Oh,
just
yeah.
a little.
Does anyone
Just a
here
little
like
tiny-
sports jokes?
Oh my lord. Yeah, listen, if you guys like sports.
I
if you
don't
guys
think
like
so.
sports, I like you guys. But anyway, listen, check it out. I do want to say some special words to somebody. This is someone that I really, really dislike, and honestly, like, I wish nothing but the worst for her. KB, I just want to say, I'm gonna throw you right in the bin when I see you. Right in the bin. Put the boot in him. That's it, guys. That's all I have to say.
That was
Thanks,
a PSA announcement from Primetime over at Run That Bat Gaming.
Uh-huh.
Honestly,
Yes,
I
sir.
want to say prior.
That needs to be a video of its own.
This is
Primetime?
for
Don't worry about it.
Rachel.
I'll drop a little diss track. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Hey, if you need a kazoo player, I'm there.
Okay, bet. Yeah, I'll have you on the I'll have you on that on the old kazoo.
Oh yeah, that's what we're all about here.
Well, listen, since I got the spotlight right now, guys, I do want to talk a little bit about Jedi Fall. So I'm a massive Star Wars fan. I know my boy T kind of like Star Wars a little bit. You know what I mean?
A
So we're
lot
big
of it.
fans, big fans
Yeah.
of Star Wars. So basically, guys, I think I've tried a lot of Star Wars games here and there. Never really has something that fit too much, but the lightsaber combat, the sounds, like the way the game was broken down, I really, really enjoyed it. I've played through it twice now. I did a couple videos on it for the channel, and I've had a lot of fun on it. You know, I was out there dominating, really getting my alpha on. You know what I mean? So it kind of went right up my alley.
I feel you on that. It's one of the few games last year because, I play a lot of different games, just trying to try them out and everything like that. But it was one of the few games that actually made me want to come back after I beat it and get 100% on all the planets and everything.
Me
so
too, bro. I did the same thing. Yeah, me too.
it was so good. And one of the
so much fun.
last. What was it, the boss fight with the guy where he throws like his saber at you and stuff? That was one of the hardest ones I went through in the game.
Yeah, dude, it wasn't easy. I got my ass whooped a little bit, and it's hard for me to admit that, but you know what I'm saying?
I was just sitting next to my girlfriend playing it and just screaming at my laptop like, motherfucker!
Oh my god, that is too funny.
Adios,
but
banana.
Banana.
Ooh,
Bye, banana.
that was everybody.
Take care.
Don't do
Yeah.
drugs. Stay in school.
Don't get smacked by your girlfriend.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
Yeah, about the Star Wars game. I just wanted to say, like,
Yeah.
people are gonna get mad at me. I don't really like
Yeah.
Star Wars, the movies, but I've always really loved the games. I loved this game. I thought it was amazing, and it just reminded me, like, it's nothing like the first Star Wars game I played, but it just kind of gave me that nostalgia. The first one, I don't know what it was called at all, but it was on PlayStation 1, and the graphics were terrible. But it was just it was so fun, and it just reminded me of like that same kind of fun. So I think they did something really good with that.
The only Star Wars game that I've played was Battlefront.
Ooh, the OG ones?
Yeah,
I like the OG
yeah.
ones. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm talking about.
This is a good game.
Today, I actually watched The Phantom Menace with my kids because my son wants to go see the other, like the new one that just came out, Rise of the Skywalker. But
You're good at that.
he's 6 or 7, so I was like, if you can sit through The Phantom Menace, then I will take you to go see the other ones in IMAX.
That is too funny, bro.
So,
Nice.
and he was sitting through it, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, so this one is only 2 hours. The one we would go and see is 3 hours. So
Wow. Yeah,
Oh
bro, I was
my
in there for a
God.
minute. My butt hurt.
So was that movie 3 hours? Because I saw it at the cinema, and I could swear it wasn't that long.
Nah,
I didn't know it was that.
let's check the runtime.
Maybe I liked it more than I
Yeah,
thought I
let's
did.
get a fact check. Let's get a fact check in there.
Actually, I don't
2
dislike
hours and
those
22 minutes, so a little bit off.
Who's our fact
No.
guy? Who's like checking all these?
I just checked it for you.
Oh,
2
I thought
hours
I
and
thought we had,
22
like-
minutes.
I thought we had a guy. I
wonder
thought we
who's
had a
been
guy.
posting links to articles in the chat. Chris.
That's technically the fact guy. So.
Yeah, RTN.
Okay.
I
I
mean,
thought his name was like Dave or something. Like I thought we had a guy.
I wish
Oh,
we
yeah,
had a
Dave,
guy.
Dave.
Yeah.
The guy is Kevin. That's the guy.
It's like I have a research guy, so don't even worry about it.
Yeah, we got to get Dave on the case.
I know,
Yeah,
kind of
sup,
like
Dave?
I listen to Joe Rogan's podcast, and he has a guy that does that for his podcast. He's sitting there talking to the other person. He's like, Jamie, pull
Yeah.
up this article.
Yeah, man, that's the best, dude. They got that on Undisputed too. It's the best.
Yeah, we need one of those. I have to find somebody.
Yeah, we do.
We do. Yeah, any volunteers? In the chat or what? What's up?
What about What about you, sir? Would you
Sure, why not?
make you the fact checker? I'm glad that we're doing this live on the podcast, figuring all this
Yeah, of
out.
course.
It's pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, of course.
Good timing. Good
Yeah.
timing.
Yeah.
You got to.
Totally
You have to.
organized.
It's live. It's the behind the scenes experience.
Right.
This is true. I mean,
The raw footage.
This is raw, authentic. You know what I mean? It's like sushi, bro. Like real raw out
Ew,
there.
ew,
I know
Ellie
people
just
who pay
drooled
their
on
top
me.
dollar.
somebody
Yeah,
got drooled on. That sounds
Whoa.
hot.
Jinkies.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on out there.
No, a cat drooling
Oh.
on me is not hot. Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh, I take that back.
Oh
If you're
man.
like purring, drooling, don't drool. Oh my.
All right, T. I think, bro. Take control of the reins right now, bro, and lead us down the path where we want to go.
Before you lead us, can I just give one last interjection that means nothing to do with what we're supposed to be talking about?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Go
I
ahead.
just want to say, because you mentioned sushi, I'm going to a sushi restaurant with some friends tomorrow, and I'm very excited, and that's the whole story. I just thought you should all know.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you for sharing that.
Take
Tell
me
me
with
that.
you.
You're welcome.
Tell me one more time later.
There's like
So,
no
you know.
sushi places in Scotland. There's like 2 different cities that have sushi places, and that's like it. Makes me
How
very
do I
sad.
have a sushi place in Macedonia and you do not have a sushi place in Scotland? I'm in the back arse of nowhere. You need to have a sushi
There's-
place.
There's
We have,
some
like,
in
5
Aberdeen,
sushi places
and
in my
there's
town.
some in Edinburgh,
Oh, yeah.
I think, and there's some in Glasgow. I don't think there's any in like places like Dundee and that. So honestly, there's nowhere near me. Nowhere
I'll
near
make
me.
you sushi.
So to derail this conversation just a little bit here, Vangelina, any new conspiracy or alien theories out there that you want to talk about?
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
actually, I have some very exciting ones. I actually recorded an interview with somebody
Nice.
who has
Ooh.
a first-hand
Oh.
account of a NASA cover-up. So that's going to be on the channel very soon. I'm very excited about it. It's my first
Now
interview.
that
Oh,
that
man.
is spicy. Spicy
Yes.
stuff.
I really like that. And I think you should do your own like single person podcast where you talk for like 20 minutes about conspiracies and stuff. That'd be awesome. Or just get another
You know, I
person on there with you.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I do need another person because I will go on a tangent and I won't talk about what I'm supposed to talk about.
I would
Sushi.
totally do that with you. I love conspiracies and alien shit.
Also,
Could definitely do that.
if the FBI is watching, which obviously they are, if
course.
there's a reward for like any aliens and stuff, like I got one for you guys. She might be or not be in
Maybe.
this podcast, but don't even worry about it though.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
Send me a DM. Send me a DM.
Oh, did you
Actually,
manage to have a look
the FBI
into-
commented.
Did you manage to have a look into that supposed UFO that was covered up on Google Maps?
I was looking it up, but I couldn't find anything like solid on it. I could just find people talking about it, but I think I'll be able to find something. I just need to keep researching it, and then I'll do a video.
I got something for you. Because, you know that picture of the little girl with the alien standing behind her on the hill and, like, the sunny background and everything?
Yeah.
He's Solway Firth. Or not Firth, just Solway Spaceman.
Yeah.
Firth is a different.
Well, it was discovered
Yes.
a few months ago that that's actually her mother in the background. Like, it was just an overexposed, like, part of the picture that got blurred out. And then they found the negatives and redeveloped it. And it was actually a lady in a white and blue dress.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'll have to do a part 2 of that then.
Yeah.
Update people, this is not a time-traveling astronaut.
Right.
Like I
I
had
would've
told
Oh
them.
my god, what is that?
Yeah.
It's
I'm like
Jesus.
searching up like Google Maps stuff. What in on earth is this in the ice?
Put it in the chat. Let us know.
Unfortunately, we
Can I
can't
send
actually
photos in the
see it.
chat?
Put it on a shirt.
You can put a link in the chat.
Yeah, send a link. Send a link.
Oh, this work.
Well, she's sending the
Cool.
link just to tell you guys. The FBI commented on one of my videos.
Oh, they are here. They are here.
I knew it.
Yes,
Whoa.
I knew it.
Yeah, they commented this is a
FBI.
mistake.
That would be a
Wait,
good
wait.
subscriber base to get, the FBI subscriber base. You know, get everybody in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
I'll put
Oh,
the Discord
yeah,
after.
I think that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, just put it in the Discord pod chat, and I'll
Working
Put it
in
over
the working with the FBI.
I'm
Yeah,
down.
I think they'd want to hire me
Hmm.
for sure. I'm not American, but
You know,
This just means you get to move to America. I don't recommend Missouri, so that's probably not a place to go.
I
kind
recommend
of a
New Jersey.
Europe
Oh.
town.
There's another place in Google Maps. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the middle of nowhere, and it's really built up for like literally no reason, and no one is there. And I can't even remember what it was or what it was called or what it was about, but that would be so interesting to see a video about.
Okay,
I'll
well,
have
if
to
you can
find
find
it
out
for you.
more information. And just if I can say hi, I'm Evangelina Scobb and I've taken over the podcast. This is about
Okay,
aliens.
good.
And we're going to talk about what I want.
podcast. There it is. Right, no, that's the link. Oh my god. Right, there's the image that I found of something weird that I just found on Google.
Podcast chat. What is this?
Let
I have
me.
no
It's like
idea.
a scene from Star Wars or something.
This is the thing that I was talking about here. This thing right here that I'm gonna send in just now. This is what got censored on Google Maps. Don't know if you saw it or not.
Oh, okay. To be 100% honest, to me, this just looks like a bunker,
It looks
maybe?
like a building,
Yeah, that looks like a. I
but
don't know.
apparently it's in the middle of nowhere, and no one actually knows what it is.
The first picture you
Supposedly.
sent, though, is actually a picture of, I think it's in Nova Scotia. It's somewhere up north where they actually hold the DNA for almost every plant and animal life form on the
Oh,
planet.
I've heard about that.
And the seeds and stuff like that. That's what that door is. It's covered by ice.
You know something really weird? You know how I said that I was really like terrified of water and I couldn't explain why?
Why?
For some
Huh?
odd reason, that first image that I sent gives me that same feeling of the fear that I have of water, and I don't know what's going on with it.
Well,
Let Evangelina Scobb interject here for a moment. See, what had happened was that you were genetically created in a lab through some of the DNA that was in this place in Nova Scotia. Is that what you said it was?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. Done
so
by the
interesting.
Greys themselves. So you're actually not
Interesting.
Grey. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Great.
Oh,
Have you heard
you
of
must know about that
the
floating island, right? I freaking love this thing. Hold on, let me send it. It's like this
What
what's
is
it called? It's like a floating island, and it
That's
like
so
just
cool.
drifts around and slowly like
Is there
what's
anything
it
on it?
called? No, what's it called?
Maybe
it, like, wears
Jesus.
away the circle
Jesus is
thing
on
of
it.
the thingy, but
Could be.
Jesus, be
it just
vibing.
like the island just drifts around in circles, like that little circle.
That's so
It's really cool. I highly recommend you search it up. It's so cool.
Oh man, if there was any fish or anything in there and you fishing on one side and it starts drifting, that would scare the shit out
Oh,
of me.
no.
Bad thing.
It's
Let me get that
massive. It
fish,
takes
bro.
time to move.
The island starts tipping.
Like, oh god, run, Indy, run!
Wait, can I just ask another not a different question? Basically, I've completely forgotten the word for.
Do
Not
whatever
related.
you want.
Use your words, V.
Indiana Jones, right? The only Indiana Jones movie I've seen is one which had like Nazis and aliens, and he was in a fridge. And I just want to know, are they all like that?
No.
No, the first
No.
three
They were
are
much better.
amazing.
They were much, much better.
And
Nazis and aliens.
just to
Oh my
say,
God. Oh, no.
Indiana Jones was not needed in the Lost Ark, but it was a good movie. But
It
if he
was.
wouldn't
I
have
liked it.
found the Lost Ark to begin with, the Nazis would have found it, went back to their island, and melted their faces off. End of movie.
That's it.
my
Yes,
God.
sir. That's how we do it.
I
Oh, it
don't
was
know
completely
if you guys ever saw this video, but I can't think of Indiana Jones without thinking of this video. But I think it's called Should You to Indiana Jones. I can't remember which exact movie it was, or I think it was just Indiana Jones. And honestly, I can't think of Indiana Jones anymore without thinking of that stupid video. It's great.
Never heard of it.
Wait, why are we talking about
Okay,
Indiana
I'm gonna
Jones?
send it in chat. Give me 1 second.
listen.
Because we just go off.
As great
Okay.
as Indiana Jones is, and a lot of these movies are, I do want to turn the floor back over to my boy T. You know what I'm saying? Get us back on track a little bit. Do you think, T?
Actually, I was liking the Indiana Jones questions.
Okay, cool.
Shouldn't you
As long as
I
you're cool
sent
with
it.
it.
Getting
Have
back
fun.
to Indiana Jones. Lego Indiana Jones.
I'm just gonna go
What
out
kind
on a
of
limb and
videos
say
do you
no.
watch?
This was literally a meme for like, oh my God.
This looks like it's Indiana
I'm surprised
Jones
that video doesn't have 1 million
fucking.
views.
I'm gonna
Was that an
like it.
Asian Lego person? Is that what that is?
I don't know. I can't even tell what this is. Why? Why?
Honestly, exactly, and I can't think of anything Indiana Jones related without watching this video. I think PewDiePie reacted to this video as well, actually, believe it or not.
I've never
Not
seen
even-
that video, and I don't think I'm going to watch that video.
Watch it. He's literally just doing a review of Lego Star Wars. Star Wars? What the? Indiana Jones. Bruh.
I'm very confused.
Skipping to
so
random parts of the video, and I'm just seeing like anime girls over in Lego Indiana Jones.
Wow. Well, with the last 5 minutes here, let's do return back to gaming just a little bit. And
Okay.
is there anything else gaming related that anybody else want to talk about? RTP?
Yeah, I guess last little bit. I really like Apex Legends that came out this year. Me and my boys play it all the time. We're super competitive in that game, and we win a lot. So I like things that I'm good at, because I'm the GOAT, obviously. So yeah, I have been having a ton of fun playing, and I just wish it was cross-platform so I could play with more people.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
sir,
No, that does it for me.
just Minecraft, that's it.
Just Minecraft. I did play FNAF some last year. I never actually played the games, but I did play it some last year, so there's that, I guess.
Yeah, I've only watched the Game Theorist do his videos on it. I've never actually
Yeah.
played the game. But they're
think
good
it's-
videos.
Yeah, they're entertaining to watch.
Mhm.
Vangelina, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, actually, not a specific game for me, but I've noticed just in the gaming community, there's been a lot more support for indie games and smaller indie games as well. So that's something that I've thought was really good. It's not just everybody wants to play all the AAA games. They want to support smaller creators and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Brought a tear to my eye.
Nintendo, I feel like, has been the best part of that with their Switch platform and everything they put together for it, because
Oh yeah.
like, most of the games I have on my Switch are actually indie games like Hollow Knight, Stardew Valley, Golf Story, that kind of stuff on there. So
And if actually I could recommend an indie game that came out last year. I follow this YouTuber. His name's Thin Matrix. He's been building this game for years, and it finally came out. It's called Aquilinox, and it's just like you build the environment and you have all these animals, but he put so much love into it, and it did really well. So I'm very happy for him. And he's building a city builder now, which he's going through the development of it on his YouTube channel. So I think
nice.
he's one person to watch, I suppose.
I like city builders. I've been playing Anno 1800 myself, and I can't stop
know that
playing
one.
that. It's like a SimCity on crack, pretty much, except based in the
sounds wonderful.
1800s.
Oh wow. Okay, that sounds amazing actually.
Yeah, and Ree, what about you? And on to you now.
Honestly, I think my memory is kind of like refreshed from what's kind of happened last year, but does anyone here follow the development of Subnautica?
A little bit, yeah. Through IGP,
Because-
I have.
Yes, I love his videos. But I think they finally finished Subnautica and they're now doing Below Zero, and honestly, usually second games can be a bit, even though like it's rumored if it's a DLC or a second game, because I remember there was something about price or something like that. I think it's been like, I'm actually really excited to see. I think it's being finished either this year or the year after. But for anybody who does follow Below Zero, I think it's been a really great game so far, and I think seeing it develop in 2019 was really, I don't know, I think it was really good. To be honest, that's probably my highlight of 2019.
Yeah, I haven't played Below Zero, but I did play a lot of Subnautica when Epic Games gave it away for free, so...
It's actually good. Like, I have Below Zero, and it's actually really, really good.
I have to give it a try. It's just open water stuff really scares me, so even playing Subnautica, I was like...
me too.
Yeah.
ripping my seat.
I'm not gonna
Imagine
lie.
playing it.
It actually helped me a lot with my
Fuck
fear of
that.
water, but you get used to it. I think the only
Oh,
thing I never
no.
got used to was the Reaper Leviathan. Yes, I am playing it on my channel. Don't worry. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Evan. I will be
Evan.
playing it. I will be playing it.
Be
Good.
playing it. Good.
I was already supposed to have been recording it, but I. Oh well.
Bah. Well, I think we've made it an hour here. I think that's a good time to cut off there. Well, thank everybody for dropping by and listening to us talk about random things here on the channel. Make sure to come back. I think we're going to start it up again just one more time next weekend and then get back on the regular schedule of every other Saturday. So come back next weekend to see what we're going to talk about. And don't forget, we have videos on Mondays and Fridays. And check out everybody else's channels that were here. I'm going to post a little thing in my Discord server. So come on over there and check them out. You guys want to say anything else?
Yeah.
Thank
You
you
all
for
have a
having
lovely
us.
day.
Look, guys. I want to say seriously, Random Gaming News is an incredible channel. Thank you so much for having us all on, guys. Listen, if you're not subscribed to him, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. This dude
Imagine
is
being
making-
not subscribed.
He's gonna get you
Imagine.
all the gaming news you need, guys.
Do you
I'm telling you.
imagine?
This dude is awesome. His voice is great. And this man knows how to do an intro and an outro. That's all you need, baby. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And also,
You're
do
not
not do
gonna-
drugs. Don't do it.
Oh yeah.
Well,
that
that's
too.
Yeah,
that's
probably don't do
another
that.
discussion. But well, that's the end of it. Everybody have a wonderful fucking gaming night. This is Random Gaming News, and I'm out.